So the goal here is definitely not to explain in great detail how we're using them, but to just make you aware that these things exist and let you go and kind of check them out on your own. So with that, we'll start. The way that I find tools, in addition to getting great input from the members of War Room and Digital Marketer and rival brands and the other companies that we own and work with, is to use Built With. Built With will allow you to go to any website and reverse engineer what they've got on their tech stack. So it gives you every single thing that they're using, and it will also tell you every other company that's using that and how many people there are, and connect you with technical directors and all kinds of other things. So we find tools, like when you're on a website and you see something really cool, we find that if you plug the URL into Built With, you can almost always find out what that is. The other one is Datanyze. Datanyze has the ability to look by categories of tools. So if you want to look at the top users and the top tools that are being used for hello bars, or in e-commerce for an e-commerce platform or something like that, that is a great website for doing that. And I don't do the paid version of either of those because I find that you can get everything you need for free. Sorry if you're with one of those companies. Competitive intelligence. Yesterday, Syed from War Room told you about DNS trails and said use this to find out everything that Digital Marketer is doing. DNS trails is fantastic because it will literally tell you all of the websites that are registered to everyone else, and then all of the emails that are associated with those, and all of the websites that are associated with those emails. It's pretty detailed information. Distill Web Monitor will tell you, it's a plugin for Chrome, and it will tell you all of the changes that are happening in people's pages. It's a really cool one. This is iSpionage. I'm one of the few people in our company that uses iSpionage, but I find it incredibly helpful because Ryan did a whole session about the value journey or the customer journey, and I think the way that iSpionage lays out the competitive intelligence is super helpful because you get to see the keywords that are then leading to the ad copy that are then leading to the landing pages, and you can tell which ones are working best. And so I think being able to see all of that and all of the different iterations of the things that they're using is extremely helpful when you're creating campaigns and tests. And testing is what it's all about. Another one that a lot of our folks use and love is Crayon, crayon.co. And you'll see also at the top, I screenshotted these with the URLs so that you don't have to decide if it's .ai or .co or .whatever. Crayon's a great way to track everything that's happening. The two parts of Crayon that I really like are Inspire, which has at this point only about 48 million different marketing designs that you can scroll through for inspiration, and then also has the ability to give you competitive insights and will track everything down to customer pricing and product changes on pages, offers, all that kind of stuff. So the ability to see this stuff from the people who you're competing with so that you can see what they're testing, try it yourself and see if it works, I think that's fantastic. The only caveat I'll say is don't just blindly copy your competitors. If you see that something new is there, it is probably there being tested, so you don't want to just rush into that. So here's the list that we use, but SimilarWeb is one of my favorite tools. Tells you traffic, sources, and where traffic comes from and where it's going, and then also share of traffic in different areas. So if you want to compare 4 or 5 competing websites and find out, especially when you include yours, and find out where you are missing the opportunity to get traffic, it's a fantastic tool. It's expensive. The one that we do is, I think, about $35,000 a year, but it is amazingly detailed. AdBeat for finding all of the ads that are working. It scrapes Google and gives you displays. Days on market, networks, landing pages, all of those things. Fantastic reverse engineering tool. iSpionage I mentioned. SEMrush for SEO keyword research. Ahrefs for backlinks is the best hands-down tool for finding out backlinks. Ghostery is a little plugin that you can put on Google Chrome, and it'll tell you the complete tech stack in a little button down in the corner that pops up, say all the technology and tracking links on a page. Who's mailing what is direct mail. I send about 1 million pieces of direct mail a month in one of my businesses. It still works incredibly well. Who's mailing what, unfortunately, stopped in September of 2017 increasing their database. But the database that's there is fantastic. It's got controls and grand controls, so you can see things, you can see direct mail campaigns that were mailed for years. And Perry just downloaded for one of our sites all of the grand controls for all of the years for one of the things that we're going into, and it's amazing. It created an entire campaign around it. So it's, for inspiration, it's probably one of the most underused tools there is. Tubular Labs for seeing what are the kinds of videos that are really getting traction right now. What are the videos that are getting the best response? It does leaderboards, so you can see what's getting shared the most, what's getting the most views. That's very, very effective. Alexa, data miner is used by all of the major news companies to find out what's the news going to be that they report on. So if your business depends at all on news or can benefit from knowing what is coming up, then data miner is a way to get ahead of the curve. What runs where I don't find to be nearly as good as AdBeat and SimilarWeb for providing competitive intelligence, but I do know a lot of people that use it. And then follow.net, if you don't have a lot of money and kind of want to get a very light version of a lot of these tools all in one place, follow.net is a great place to go.